Hey y'all, it's your girl Nail by Millie, and today I'm doing my favorite client, Jasmine's baby shower nails. And the theme for her baby shower is candy. So I'm finna do my big one. It's finna be so cute. I found an inspiration, which I'll put on the screen right here, and all credits to this nail tech, but I'm not gonna do it the same as hers. I am just taking a few things. I'm no shade to the nail tech, but I think I could do a little bit better than this picture. I wanted to do more than just dum-dum wrappers. I know I have dum-dum wrappers at the studio to encapsulate in her nails, but I did just run to the gas station and got some pink Starburst because she's having a baby girl. So I'm gonna encapsulate these into her nails along with the dum-dum wrappers. And I need to stop going on Amazon. I have 4 packages to bring in with me as I go into the studio right now. She said that she is on her way, so we should see her soon. But I'm just warning you right now that while she's getting her nails done, she's going to be getting her lashes done at the same damn time, because that's what me and my friend do. We do them at the same time. So if you're in Minnesota, you want your nails and your lashes done at the same time, 2 appointments in one, come get at us. But I'm just giving y'all a warning about that because my setup is going to be a little different. You're not going to see me at my desk. You're going to see me on the side of the lash chair. So that is why it looks like that. But let's get into the video. I'm gonna snap on these nails. Quit playing. So let's get into the little voiceover. Okay, so first we are prepping her nails with a 240 nail grit sanding band. And I personally like to use these small sanding bands. You can find them on Amazon and Shein. But it's just way easier for me to get up in the nooks and crannies and make sure that all of the natural nail is filed and all of the shine from the natural nail is removed before we get into the acrylic, so that everything stays and lasts long. So we're just going in on all of her nails and filing the natural shine of her nails, and then we're gluing on the nail tips. I will have everything in the description of what nail tips and everything. And I'm using KDS nail glue to glue on the nail tips, and the nail tips are from Amazon. I'm not sure the brand, but it will be in the description. Glued the tips on, and then we are just filing and blending the tip in there. And then for a few of her nails, we are doing some encapsulation of candy wrappers. So on her pinky, it was a purple grape dum-dum wrapper, and on her middle finger on this side is going to be a pink Starburst wrapper. So all I do is apply the KDS nail glue and then put the candy wrapper on top, and then I just use this little plastic. You can use like a plastic baggie too, and I just wrap it around the nail so that I do not get any glue on my gloves and my gloves don't get stuck to it, and you can just peel. So then we're going in with our dehydrator. For dehydrator, I use acetone, 100% acetone mixed with alcohol, and I use that as my first layer just to make sure all the oils are off the nails, and I do that 2 times. And then the second step is I go in with the Protein Bond by Young Nails and apply a generous amount on each nail. And the third step, I use the No Lift Primer. I don't know what the brand is, but if you just type No Lift Primer on Amazon, it will come up, but it will also be in my description. So this is the No Lift Primer. And then we're going to get into our application. First, I'm going to encapsulate with clear the wrappers, just so I can ombre them at the top so they're nice and laid down. So for that, I am using Mia's Secret Clear along with my Chiaroscuro number 12 brush, and the monomer I'm using is Young Nails. So I'm just gonna go in on both of these nails and apply the clear to lock down the wrapper and make sure it is all encapsulated. Then after that dried a little bit, I'm going back in to start the ombre for this nude color for her set today. I used Cover Cherry Blossom by Young Nails, and this is more like a darker pink nude, but I really love it on her color skin tone. It is so pretty on her. But you see me just lay the bead and then push it all into her cuticle, and then clean up the side walls to make sure that there is no product on her skin at all, and then just blending it out. So now we'll go on to the middle finger. So we're just going to lay a bead down of the nude color, and then I'm just going to pat it in place. You really want to make sure you pat the beads to make sure that there's no air bubbles underneath, because that is what will cause lifting. And then I'm just going to feather it down to ombre it and make sure everything is nice and blended. And of course, while I'm doing this, I'm going to clean up the side walls just to make sure nothing is on her skin, because we don't want to cause anybody contact dermatitis because the products are on her skin. Then the bead that I just laid wasn't blended enough for me, so I'm going to go in with another bead and place it right where the apex should be. The apex should be right where the natural nail meets the natural nail tip, because the nail needs to be thick right there in order if your clients hit their nail won't just break in half. If there's no apex, your nails are just going to break in half and snap because there's no structure to them. And then I'm just going in one more bead at the very top of the nail, which would be my cuticle bead, and you just see me tapping, making sure everything's in place, and then I'll start swiping down to make sure it's blended, and then of course just cleaning up. And then we just went in and put nude on that ring finger, and I'm just encapsulating the nude and kind of building the apex with the nude. You see me tilting the nail down to kind of let gravity do its job for me. This is my client Do Whatever Girl. If you follow me on my Instagram, my TikTok, or watch my YouTube shorts, then you would probably have seen a video of me doing her nails before. But Do Whatever Girl came to me as a stranger almost 5 years ago. It will be our 5-year anniversary in June. I'm pretty sure Do Whatever Girl saw someone from her school get their nails done by me, and then that's when she had booked. And I had never met this girl before she started coming to me. And now we are so locked in, like her whole family knows me. All her coworkers know me. Like, we're just besties at this point, because I see her every 2 to 3 weeks, and I've been seeing her for almost 5 whole years. And that is why I appreciate her so much, because nobody told her that she had to keep coming to me and spending her hard-earned money with me. That was just something she did out of the generosity of her heart. She saw something in me, and here we are almost 5 years later doing these crazy sets, and each set has gotten better and better and better, and the improvement is so real. But Do Whatever Girl just comes in here and sits down. She tells me her little tea for the past 2 weeks, and then she puts in her AirPods and starts watching her TikTok. And during that time, she doesn't even know like what is going on her nails. It's always a surprise. She never really has any color ideas unless I really ask her. So you could say Do Whatever Girl is kind of my guinea pig, because I kind of just do whatever I want on her. But it's always something fire and something different that I haven't done before. But we're getting into the shape and file, so I'm going in with my 80/80 nail file and just filing the free edges of her nails and making sure they're all nice and sharp. And this is the Melody Susie wireless dust collector. Since she is getting her lashes done at the same time I'm doing her nails, I just am trying to be thoughtful and considerate of my lash tech and not have dust flying everywhere, so that is why I'm using that. And then I'm just going in with the 5-in-1 drill bit and debulking the nails and reshaping them, getting all the lumps out. I'm pretty sure the speed would be around 20 RPMs. That's just what my nail drill says. So I'm not sure like what that is, at 20,000 I think. Anyways, something like that. So we're just going in, making sure the acrylic is nice and thin around the cuticle, and then making sure the nail at the tip is about the width of a credit card, because that's how thin the nail should be at the very tip of the nail. And I just got these drill bits from Temu or from Shein, but I really don't recommend, because the ones on Amazon, the actual Pana brand, is so much better and glides so much easier than whatever that bullshit is. But then I went in with my sanding band and filed everything again, made it nice and smooth, and then I'll go in with my buffer and really make sure everything is nice and smooth. Then I went in with my 8080 file again and filed the free edges to make sure that it was not slanted at all, and then fix some of the side walls if it wasn't straight all the way. And I just want to let y'all know that every shape isn't for every client. And I'm not talking about Do Whatever Girl, I'm talking about another client. She likes to get coffin, and it fits her nail beds really well because her nail beds are longer and wider. So to have the tip of her nail come to smaller of a point than the wideness of her nail, it looks really good on her nails. And why did she move to Arizona and try to find a new nail tech, and her nail tech was like, I'm not doing coffin on you, I don't like doing coffin. I feel like as a nail tech, you can't be picky. If your client wants something, they're the ones paying you, so that's what you have to do. And I don't really understand why the nail tech has such a problem doing coffin, because it's not really that bad of a nail shape. The nail tech wanted to do duck on her. Duck is for people who have small nail beds and shorter fingers. Like, that blew me for my client that she has to deal with that. But on the two nails with the encapsulated ombre wrapper, I went in with a star charm, a sprinkle charm, and a dum-dum or a lollipop, and a few rhinestones. And then on the middle finger, we are doing a light pink French. This pink color is Ballet Pink by D&D, one of my favorite light pinks. So we are just going in with our liner brush. My liner brush is a 17 millimeter nail art brush. And then we went in with some not polished blooming gel and applied that to the nail. And then we're going in with a few different colors, dots, to kind of make a little, I don't even know what this design is called, but to make that little blooming gel design, kind of like a tie-dye. And then she had finished her lashes, so now we have moved to my nail desk. In the beginning of the video, I said I wanted to do that nail, or I was inspired by that nail tech that had the charms on the nail with the baby's name. So that is what we did. But when I kind of put these on here, I was like, these letters may be a little bit too big. Like, I should have done your nails a little bit longer, because I think that the nail tech in the beginning of this video, she had smaller letter charms, or what are these called, beads, but these were the only ones I could find. And the chain I also had was a little bit thicker, y'all. But why, when Do Whatever Girl came in for her fill, she only was missing one letter, and that was the very tip one. Like, I was so amazed. I don't know, I thought it would maybe come off, but I did use a lot of glue, and you can see like some of the letters moving while I'm putting in the beads or the string or whatever this is called. But I hadn't cured it all the way, I had just flash cured it. So we're just putting all that on, and then I'm just kind of sealing them and trying to make sure the chain doesn't go anywhere. and then she's gonna cure that in the lamp so everything is stuck down and not going nowhere. And then I just kind of put some of that glue on top of the letters because I didn't want the letters to rub off. So this nail will also be a French tip with the light pink that is Ballet Pink by D&D. And this one is going to have a lollipop charm on it that is super big. I switched locations to my studio, so sorry if the audio sounds different, but I'm just in here chilling doing the voiceover and somebody knocked on my door and scared the fuck out of me. Anyways, so the blue on her or on the thumb is Lagoon by Madame Glam, and then this French tip on the pinky is Strawberry Cheesecake D&D. And a fun fact, Do Whatever Girl kind of based her baby shower theme around her nails because she knew that I had all of these candy charms. And when I went and got the bead organizer that you see underneath that has all the charms on it, I literally had that sitting on top of my desk with all of the charms that I thought were cute and would work for this set, just chilling for like a whole week before I even did her nails. I was so thirsty to do these nails, and all of my clients kept asking me like, are those beads gonna go on someone's nails, or like are you just in here making bracelets? And I was like, they're gonna go on someone's nails. And they're like, oh, I can't wait to see those. But then we're just gonna go in on both of those nails that I just did the French on, actually all three of them, the thumb too, and do the blooming gel. So we're gonna apply the nail polish blooming gel and then go in with our dotting tool and just do some dots of different colors. And then we're going to apply our Macart nail glue, rhinestone glue, whatever you want to call it, and apply this big charm. And when she came in, she still had this charm on, and I literally had to file it off because it was not coming off. And it's like, I think it's kind of like polymer clay, maybe. I don't really know what it's called, what it's made out of, but filing it off was so weird. Like, the texture was so weird. And one of her little lollipops did fall off, so I just had glued it back on. And then on this pinky, we did a teddy bear to kind of match the blooming gel, since the blooming gel design was in purple. Or that's not a teddy bear, a gummy bear, y'all know what I meant. And then we're just going in with this sealer glue and sealing all around every single charm to make sure they don't go nowhere. On this finger, it is going to be a swirl marble kind of deal. So we're just using all of the colors that we've already used in her set and just applying them on there. And then I'm gonna take this dotting tool and just kind of swirl them all together. And we did this on this pointer finger and her other hand for the thumb. And then I'm just cutting the chain a little bit smaller. And then on the pointer finger and the thumb, I had did a heart in the middle and then just a bunch of rhinestones going to each side. And then I'm just making sure everything is nice and straight before we cook it in the lamp and everything is set in place. And then I'm just doing the same thing on her other thumb so that they match each other. So a heart in the middle and then a bunch of bling going to each side. and then just cooking it so everything is in place. And then we're applying the top coat. I love applying top coat to an encapsulated nail because then you can finally see what it looks like underneath. And then I did have to go in with a smaller brush that I did the French with to make sure that I got the top coat all up in there. And we are using the not polished top coats. Of course, removing the top coat when we get it on her skin because we don't want nobody getting contact dermatitis. And I did have to file some. You can see the glue is dripping on that middle finger, so that's why I didn't top coat it, because I'm going to file that off a little bit. And then we just applied some more glue to the pointer finger around the stones and the thumb around the stones, and then applied our top coat. Those were the only two that hadn't had the second glue yet. The other ones have already had it. And then the top coat. And then there I'm just filing off that glue that was dripping down so that you cannot see a big glob of glue right there when I put the top coat on. And then getting up all in the nooks and crannies, like all of the rest of the nails. I think this was the last nail I had to do. Oh, just kidding. So here's the thumb. I just added a little chocolate bar that was pink. Applied the glue and then the glue sealer. Now we are on the last nail, and Do Whatever Girl always gets her man's initials, and we are too locked in and too deep in the trenches to not put the little R on her nail somewhere. So yeah, everything is cured, and I'm just gonna go in and file the free edges and make sure that there is no gel compromising the shape of them at all. Especially the thumb, because when you do that swirl ombre, it kind of drips everywhere. The other nails weren't as bad because none of them really have as much gel at the tip, since it is just the ombres with the wrappers for most of them. But it's more so for the ones with the French. If you want your shape really nice, that's an extra step for you. And I always just do this to the thumb just to make sure that it's cured all the way, because you know sometimes the thumbs are really picky with if they want to cure or not. Just the way the clients put it in the lamp is weird sometimes. And then I'm just applying some cuticle oil and rubbing it in and making sure everything is nice and cute and ready for our photo shoot. And here are her nails turned out. They turned out cuter than I imagined. Let me know how I did in the comments. Let me know if you would rock these or if it's too much going on. And let me know if you have any ideas for videos that you guys would like to see from me. Thank you guys so much for watching.